Everybody, this is Michael
Argent
and Mo.
and this is the MAM Productions. This episode is going to be about Week 5 waiver wire pickups, and we're going to do the top 10 waiver wire pickups.
Mahomes fires, running, Xavier again, Worthy for a touchdown.
Number 1 is going to be Xavier Worthy.
Xavier Worthy, I think he'll step up because Rashid Rice, you saw he tore his ACL. He's most likely out for the season.
Yep.
Yeah,
he just
increased role in the offense.
Rashid just got placed on IR, so he's definitely out for at least 4 games.
But I think Xavier Worthy, you should expect at least 7+ targets, I'd say.
No, yeah, I agree. At least 7 or 8 targets a game, and someone who's putting up 20 points in 2 weeks is gonna get more targets.
And of course, you saw what we saw in Week 1, how he did good against the Ravens. I think I could see it this week. So yeah,
with his speed, he can just make a big play at any moment. He's always a threat,
and he's the number 1 target now, so you never know.
I mean, I could compare him to Tyreek Hill with the speed and him being behind Travis Kelce as wide receiver too, basically. So
yeah, I agree on that one.
Dalton, clean pocket, time to throw. Diontae Johnson with the pluck for 6.
Number 2 is going to be Diontae Johnson. With Adam Thielen going to IR, I think Diontae Johnson's a front runner for the wide receiver 1. Yeah. Even though he's been wide receiver 1, he'll definitely get more targets, and it showed in Week 4 against the Bengals. So
I mean, even though the Bears have a good defense, which we all agree on, but I think Diontae Johnson, he's like a good wide receiver 1. He just didn't see that in Pittsburgh. I think this game in Carolina with their new offense, new quarterback, I think he could thrive.
Yeah, Andy Dalton knows how to run an offense, and he's a good quarterback.
People were writing him off when Bryce Young was in. But now he's proved himself over the past 2 weeks, and I'm going to continue to see that.
But, let's talk about last week. 7 receptions, 83 yards, and a touchdown against the Bengals. That's a wide receiver 1, in my opinion.
Yeah. You never know. What's he going to do who they play this week? They play the Bears. The Bears defense, he could probably put up about 10 targets and for 9 receptions.
He's a guy who will always be open at times.
He will always be open. And Dave Canales knows how to coach an offense.
Stafford's got a man in the flat, and is Whittington making a tough catch, and he'll say it's against the Rams. Stafford's got time and a target and a first down to Jordan Whittington at the 47-yard line.
Number 3, Jordan Whittington. This should be an obvious one. He's wide receiver 1 right now because of the injuries of Puka and Cooper Kupp. And what are your thoughts?
Last week against the Bears, I saw a little bit of flashes. He got 6 receptions, 62 yards, but he felt like the wide receiver 1 on that team.
Matthew Stafford just tested the waters.
The Rams want to bounce back after losing to the Bears, and they don't play a good team. They play against the Packers.
Jordan Whittington will be a solid fantasy pickup as Puka and Cooper come back to practice. He'll be there. He'll be a good pickup for about maybe 4 or 5 more weeks.
Yep. And the offense obviously allows receivers to get open, get the chances. And he's another guy, another rookie. They draft receivers really well in the late rounds. So,
yeah.
I think he'll get a chance.
He will indeed.
From the 3. It's Hubbard again. Hubbard to the goal line. Hubbard, no signal yet. There it is. Touchdown.
Due for a breakout game. Number 4, Chuba Hubbard. Solid running back, very consistent. He may be one of the more consistent running backs in the league in fantasy football. And he's been putting about 15 to 20 points the past 3 weeks. More attempts being seen. And fancy owners should not be worried about Jonathan Brooks coming back because he'll be the best Jonathan Brooks should probably do. He will replace Miles Sanders. And what are your thoughts on this, Mo and Arjun?
So Chuba Hubbard, he had a 100-yard game against the Bengals with a touchdown, but he's also a receiving target. He got 4 receptions, so who knows?
5 targets.
I think the Bears, they have a solid defense. I'd say, but they really haven't played a good team except for the Texans. But we'll just see. I think Chuba should have a good game. And yeah, Mo, what's your thoughts?
He's been even like through some of the tough times. He's been like last season. He was one of the only ways the Panthers could progress the ball. He's really stepped up
with the new offense. You have Andy Dalton throwing the ball every other play, and most of them are screen passes to Chuba Hubbard. So Chuba Hubbard is really good.
Also, last week, Kyron Williams went off against the same Bears defense. He got 94 yards, one touchdown.
That's a lot of potential for Chuba Hubbard right there, as you see Kyron Williams.
That their football team needs. So Taylor maybe getting that ankle retaped. 2nd and 9, so it's Sermon's gig for the moment. Sermon taking on tacklers. Gets into the second.
Number 5 is going to be Trey Sermon. Jonathan Taylor was just injured, and Trey Sermon's looking to be the starter this week for the Colts.
I mean, on paper, looking at Trey Sermon's last game, he only got five carries, 8 yards.
Well, that's because Jonathan Taylor was.
Yeah.
Did Jonathan Taylor get hurt in the late fourth quarter? Or.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
that's probably
he's against the Jags. The Jags are
not that strong.
They do not have a good defense.
Expect a solid game, maybe 10 to 15 fantasy points for Trey Sermon. Because he does better with the pass game. I see a couple targets against the who they played last week. The
Steelers.
Yeah.
And I think Joe Flacco will be able to consistently get him the ball too.
Yeah, the Colts do good with the run game. Even though they don't have Jonathan Taylor, they could include it with Trey Sermon. So,
yeah, and with Joe Flacco quarterback.
Oh yeah, they have a good O-line. I agree with you, Mo.
Hunt, who led the league as a rookie at Kansas City in rushing. Here he goes. Bounce it around, and
number 6, Kareem Hunt. So
interesting.
You really have 2 running backs here for the Chiefs, as obviously Pacheco is on IR. So Carson Steele and Kareem Hunt, they shared. Carson Steele took most of the snaps. That's because Kareem Hunt was just coming back as he was signed up for practice squad.
I mean, Kareem Hunt did have 69 yards, 14 carries against the Chargers.
Yeah. Expect Kareem Hunt to be running back 1 clear.
Also, he did get some receptions, and think about it. We can talk about Xavier Worthy as Rashee Rice got injured, so we could see more targets to Kareem Hunt and Xavier Worthy.
That opens up also more rushing attempts for Kareem Hunt.
Yeah,
I agree.
Expect about 17, maybe 16 to 18 rushing attempts from Kareem Hunt for about 70 yards, and that puts him at a solid. With 4 receptions, also puts them at a solid 11, 12 points, which was very solid.
They're also playing the Saints.
Yeah,
Saints are a really good defense, but
Saints, in my opinion, they don't have a good run defense.
They do not have a good run defense. They have a good pass defense, though.
Yeah, exactly. So we could see a good run game for Kareem Hunt, maybe 80 yards, a touchdown. Who knows?
Also, we know he can be a star, and in the Chiefs' offense too. In previous years, obviously before the situation, so yeah.
Allen are both in there on a first down for New York. Fake it, and now toss it for Allen. Rumbling through, Allen breaks free for the touchdown.
Number 7, Braelon Allen, the Jets.
The youngest player to score a touchdown since 1930, I think. Braelon Allen. I think Braelon Allen, since Breece Hall's inefficiency and all, Braelon Allen, I think he'll have a monster game. That's a hot take, but I think against the Vikings.
But you also still have Breece Hall available. Breece Hall's due for a monster game anytime this season, and this might be it this week.
I think Breece Hall's a little inefficient.
He is very inefficient, but with Braelon Allen being very consistent, he's probably going to stay that consistent as being the RB2.
I mean, even though he's playing the Vikings, who, the Vikings are undefeated.
Good team.
He'll put up a solid amount of points, and He's a very good. He'll be a good flex or RB2 for week 5.
The Jets, I know they're mad after last game, losing by 1 point to a terrible Broncos team. So I think they'll go for vengeance. They're not a bad team, the Jets. They're a pretty good team, but
they're a good team, but they actually have depth.
Yeah, they just need to lock in. I think it's an international game, right? It's
in London.
Yep.
It's at 9:30 in the morning. So make sure to do that waiver wire before Sunday at 9:30.
Play angles to see if his arm was coming forward, but
outside they go to Kraft. The tight end got by Smith to the goal line. Touchdown! Tucker Kraft.
Number 8, Tucker Kraft, tight end for the Packers. He's been a solid player the past few seasons, and this week will be his breakout week.
You think so?
Who are they playing again? They're playing
the Rams.
The Rams, yeah. The Rams they're ranked almost last in everything in the NFL, and Tucker Kraft will be the front runner.
Tucker Kraft last week got 6 receptions, 53 yards, and a touchdown. So I think he could repeat that.
I think you can expect that to double.
That's a solid tight end 1.
You can expect that to double against the Rams.
Yeah, that's a solid tight end 1, in my opinion.
It is a very solid tight end 1. I don't know who doesn't have Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft
got Jordan Love to feed him too.
And a hot take, he can also be in a flex.
What?
He can be a pretty good flex for your team.
Flex? I mean,
he could. Yeah, he could.
Yeah, he could.
For week 5, at least. I mean, he's a dog. He can double his receptions and targets.
I mean, against that Rams defense, yes, I could see that.
On the perimeter, put some people in conflict. Can you use Tyler Huntley's athletic ability?
Straight run, Huntley will barrel into the end zone, and finally, Miami.
Number 9, Tyler Huntley.
He's gonna play against the Patriots. He didn't have a good game against the Titans. He only had 96 yards, but the Patriots, they're really not a good team.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley. Patriots have a really weak defense, and I think Tyler Huntley is due for a breakout game because he was just getting comfortable that first week against the Titans. So
new offense, new scheme. But remember him on the Ravens?
Yeah,
him being a Pro Bowl on the Ravens. I think.
As someone who watched the game on Monday Night Football, it was a very boring game. He did throw some deep bombs to Tyreek Hill that weren't caught. I mean, it was obviously overthrown, but when he works on those this week in practice, he can make that work. And
if he gets that chemistry with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Also, he did get a rushing touchdown. He got a rushing touchdown against the Titans. So hey, he could be the next Lamar.
For Tyler Huntley, he already came into a situation that was obviously not the greatest. So give him some time to adjust, and he can break out.
3rd and 9. Gino will put it up top. Twisted, what a catch! Jaxon Smith-Njigba with a 5-star grab.
And last but not least, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. He's a really solid wide receiver too behind DK Metcalf, and I think he's due for a really good game against the Giants.
Yeah, he got the most receptions on the team last week. So
how many receptions is that?
8. So
he could probably get in the 9 to 10 range this week with about 11 to 12 targets. Because
him against the Giants. Giants
and the
not
defense
a good
is going to be.
Defense.
The Giants' defense is going to mainly be focused on DK Metcalf. So that opens up room for Jaxon Smith to perform.
Also, the thing is, we don't even like the Seahawks, and we know some people that are Seahawks fans, right?
Yeah, we don't like the Seahawks, but
we're talking about you, Ray Hunt.
Yeah.
All right. This is Michael,
Arjun,
and Mo.
And this is the MAM Productions.
Hopefully you found these fantasy tips helpful, and make sure to like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching.
See ya.